Hello, and welcome to today's uh, yoga class. So, my name is Tanya. I am the founder of Yoga by Tanya. Today's class is just going to be some movement for tight hips, some uh, mobility movement. We're going to be particularly focusing in the hip joints. I just also want to mention if your hips or low back have been feeling tight and you want real support, staying consistent with my monthly online classes are open, and I will link them below, probably in the comments. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on our mats over here. If you don't have a mat, no worry. We're going to come to our knees and we're going to start in a child's pose. So this practice is just 10 minutes long, so we're going to move through it pretty quickly. If child's pose hurts your back, you can just roll, or hurt your knees, you can just roll to your back, hug your knees to your chest. Excuse me. You're going to take a deep, full in breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Feel it expand. And then stay for the exhale. Again, a deep, full in breath into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Feel it expand. Stay for the exhale. One more, just like that. So just taking just 2 or 3 breaths here just to connect to your breath, anchor. And then on the next inhale, you're just going to lift up into your tabletop. Just begin to add some gentle movement in the hips and the spine. It's going to look like whatever feels best to you, just some free movement here, maybe even just closing the eyes, connecting to your breath. Good. And you're gonna walk your knees hip width apart. Drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders and the feet, coming into locust. Elbows hugging. Strengthening our lower backs to help support our hips. And then exhale, tuck your toes. Press through table. Lift your hips, down dog. And just begin to pedal the feet, shift the hips from side to side. Just waking up those hamstrings. The hamstrings are connected to your hips. The breath is deep and spacious. Good. And then dropping to your knees. So you're coming back into tabletop. You're going to extend this left leg long, bend the knee. Knee is 90 degrees. So what I don't want you doing here is tilting the pelvis at all. So we're keeping your hip points. They're pointing towards the mat. Really stable in your arms. You're not dumping into the hips, the shoulder sockets. You're really firmly pressing into them. You're going to bring this knee to the side body. So you're not dumping or arching your lower back. You're keeping that lower back stable. And you're just going to draw big circles here. So what we're doing is we're moving the femur head in the hip socket. So notice my lower back, it's not moving, it's staying stable. My hip points are pointing to the mat. We're reversing. Adding some mobility, moving the synovial fluid in the hip joint here. And this movement is not a big movement. And then coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine cat. Really press the mat away. Coming to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips down dog, and just pedal and shift the feet from side to side. Your breath is spacious. And then dropping to the knees. Again, we're not dumping into our shoulders here. We're really pressing the mat away. And we're locking out this lower back. So you're not arching the lower back or dumping into the belly. And then you're lifting that right knee up. So take a moment here, square up your hip points. And then drawing big circles with the knee. Bringing your attention, your focus, not only to the breath, but feeling the movement of the femur head working in, or moving rather, in the hip socket. Reverse. Good. And then coming back to table, you're going to tuck your toes, lift your hips to your down dog. In your down dog, you're pedaling your feet, shifting your hips from side to side. And then you're just going to step your left foot forward, drop your back knee down. So if you have blocks, this is a good place to use them. Using the highest or tallest length of your blocks, just to give yourself a little bit more space here. We're just going to start to rock back and forth on our knee and our hips here. Recommend you do this daily if you're struggling with tighter hips here. You're going to come into a low lunge and just let that right hip flexor hammock towards the mat. Just passive. Focus on your breath. Planting the right palm to the mat or even your block here. Reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. Maybe look at your thumb. Maybe not. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step your left leg back. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine cat. Really press the mat away. Inhaling to a neutral spine, tucking your toes, lifting your hips down dog, just pedaling and shifting the feet from side to side. And then on your inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, you're stepping that right foot forward, dropping the back knee down. If you have some blocks, go ahead and grab them. Also place your palms on your thigh here. Just giving yourself just a little bit of space here to really get some movement in these joints. You're also lengthening and shortening the hamstring and the quads. And you're just going to come into low lunge here and let that left hip flexor hammock towards the mat. Your gaze is just neutral here, gaze that works for you. And then you're going to plant the left palm either to a block or the mat. Reach those right fingertips towards the ceiling. Stretch your shoulder, you can just back out and adjust. And exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step this right leg back to table. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. And then we're just going to come into puppy pose. So a good place also for your blocks here, you can rest the blocks to the mat. So the widest surface is on the mat, forearms come to the mat, hips stack over the knees, you just let the heart melt towards the mat. If you don't have blocks, you're just coming into puppy pose. Take a deep, full in breath. Exhale, release. Just gently pressing yourself back up, coming to a seated position of your choice. Palms to your heart, bow your head. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure as always. Namaste. So if you enjoyed practicing with me, you can come join my online membership. We practice together live every week, and you get replays when life gets too busy. So have a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you next time.